Hey, let's check out part of a haul. I don't know if I can get all of them in one thing, so I'll just go ahead and do about 10 minutes worth on this particular video. A haul from a place in Myrtle Beach called Player's Choice. Now, these first few right here are 10% off the cover, or the white sticker, I should say. So after I got 7 dozen comics for $1 each, but if you get a dozen, they're $10. So, and they're all... One of the things I want to ask, and I may do a separate video, is just which one's better, to get 25 for $10, no bag and board, or 12 for $10, bag and boarded. I'm just wondering what you guys would think. And plus, these are in much better condition altogether. So let's just start off with the ones that I paid more for. So $3 means this was really $2.25. Gambit and the Externals. I swear I had this one, but I think I gave it to my friend Hunter. So I'm not going to ask for any of the comic books back. I thought at one time, I was like, man, I should really ask for them back because I kind of do want to read them now. No, I'll be fine. This one is one I definitely wanted to read. I love all of the Age of Apocalypse comics. They were so much fun to read. And if you're asking about the KB Toys bag or thing, yes, that is a KB Toys one. I've had it for a long time. Actually, about 20 years now. Actually, more than 20 years. All right, I was surprised that on my CLZ app I didn't have these, but I wasn't. Now my cat's wanting to get attention. Of course, I'm up till now he's not been wanting attention. But on my CLZ app, see, what's confusing is there's 2 different series. The one that has at the top Extreme Times called Extreme Measures. That's the one I didn't have, but like one comic book of, and I think it was number 1. They actually had. I'm pretty sure I got all of them now. I need to double check on that. I think I had only number 1. Now I have 2 of 4, 3 of 4. And that would be it. Okay, so I didn't get 4 of 4. So Extreme Times call for Extreme Measures. G.I. Joe Extreme. I personally like that series. A lot of people do not. I can't say anything about it. Like, I just like it a lot. Let's see what we got for... These are $1 each, but if you get 12, you get $10, or for $10. So I guess technically 88 cents each or something like that. We have the Revengers. Pretty good artist. I think it's, what is his name, Neil Adams or whatever, Neil something, but I mean, I don't know, but I mean, it's pretty good art. The comic books are fairly interesting. I've read a few of them so far. I haven't read this one. He had a whole bunch of this. So here we go with RoboCop. Usually I find RoboCop for a lot more, just because the source material is very popular. But I don't know. I mean, he had a whole bunch of the dollar bin, and he actually had quite a few number 6s, for instance, and like at least 3 number 7s in a row. So whoever got rid of these, either they were a huge RoboCop fan, or maybe it was just back stock from back in the 90s, I guess, or was it the 80s? So these were all, of course, 12 for $1 or 12 for $10. And then Sentinel Squad 1. I have been interested in reading this series just because it looks, I don't know, I like giant robots to begin with, but it seems like it's from a totally different parallel universe where the Sentinels are actually good guys, even though, I don't know, I have no idea. That's why I'm interested in reading it. I got all but one of them. I don't think I got number 2, but love giant robots. And then there was another series that I did read a few of. I hate the art of it for the most part because it's really anime looking. I don't mind anime normally, but I feel like I'm reading something that a computer generated. But it was interesting at the same time. So I don't know which series I was reading. I read like 2 or 3 issues of it. And I have a really gorgeous cover to one of mine that's like almost metallic looking. So that's how I got me into it, is I got the metallic looking one. And I was like, this is interesting. So some kid finds a Sentinel. I think it's actually... Cannonball's little brother finds a Sentinel, and it becomes his best friend. So it's almost like, what's that show called? The movie with the giant robot. I can't remember. All right, we got, I think there's 2 series of it, like Series 1 and Series 2. So I don't know which one's first. There's a limited series. This is 3 of 5. And then there's the unlimited series, which was about probably like 7 or 8 issues total. This was also interesting to find in the dollar bin, because normally I don't, things that are related to toys don't tend to be in the dollar bins, and I was kind of happily surprised that these were in there. So I got Spiral Zone 3 and 4 out of 4 issue, I think is the limit. They only had 4 issues, the final battle. I didn't even have to look this one up. I know I've never seen this. I was not a Star Trek Deep Space Nine fan at all until Worf got on board. Before that, it was the most boring thing that I made myself watch every week because I loved Star Trek at that time, back in the 90s. I just hated it. It was just boring to me. It was very political, and I was just not into it. This series is absolutely amazing, and I did give it away to a friend that likes Star Trek, and I hope he's enjoying it, because I definitely enjoyed reading, I don't know, like the first dozen or so. So I'm like, they were fantastic. Fun series. This one, I don't like sports, but for a 20-cent issue in the dollar bin, I was like, this is one of the first issues I grabbed when I was there. I was like, strange sports stories. It's interesting looking. It kind of reminds me of Gardaschville Kids in a way. Or those, what were those things back in the 60s? It was like the skateboarding guys with the grossed outs. I don't know. When I was a kid, I had a football player. It was all red plastic, and he was dragging some humans and trying to grab his legs. They were teeny tiny compared to him. But yeah, it reminds me of that, just the whole concept. And this is where I know that I have around here some bin of comics that were all the ones that I've read, and I just put them in a different place, because I'm pretty sure I had Superboy Zero in the first 20 issues of Superboy, but hey, you can't go wrong getting them again. Unfortunately, they had no number 9, which is, of course, nobody has number 9, because somebody's out there hoarding them thinking they're going to be worth $1 billion. So you can't go wrong getting Superboy 0, Superboy 1, 2, and I've definitely read these in the last 4 or 5 years. Fantastic, fun reads. This one's a dime a dozen. This one's kind of common to find. 5, and then, we're going to get 9? No, we're going to skip right over to number 10. Oh, boo, I know. I was like, man, I wish I had number 9. Number 11. Number 13. And then I'm going to hit the metal thing. Yeah, I'm using a different tripod because mine broke. So I'm using something I kind of jury-rigged. Next, we skip all the way to Superboy number 48. I feel like I have this one again. I feel like there's a box somewhere that I know that I still have, but I don't know what happened to it. I don't remember getting Superboy 1 million. There we go. That's an interesting one. And I feel like this was a DC comic called Talos or something. I'm like, is this related? It looks Dungeons and Dragons-y sort of, so I like trying new things once in a while. My cat's really trying to get my attention. All right, Tangent Comics. I've always wanted to read these. I don't know if they're any good or not. I remember reading the Green Lantern one where the woman goes around putting the Green Lantern on graves and stuff and rising. It was just very different, very different. So this is the Atom, which looks more like Captain Atom to me. And then the Flash looks more like, I don't know, like Dazzler. This was a good series, and I had a lot of these that I had to get rid of. Like, I got rid of so many comic books, and I'm like going, I don't think I ever had this one to begin with, though. But I did have a lot of the Teen Titans. It was just everything before 1985 I kept. Everything after 1985 I was like, meh. I mean, let's pick and choose. Total Justice is a toy line that was, there's a love-hate relationship with it. So, I mean, there's number 3. I think there was only 3 issues. Yeah, part 3 of 3. But the toy line, it gave you characters we haven't had before, and it was wonderful to have. But they were almost like in these positions that you couldn't do anything with them. I mean, they weren't like Star Wars figures where they're straight up and down. They were in these like statue-looking poses that if you try to do anything with them, they don't look right when you bend their arms the opposite direction of what they're doing. I can show you one time. I do have some of them. Excalibur. This is another one of the Age of Apocalypse that I think I only need number 1, and I got it, thankfully. Here's a series I thought I got when I was there one time, but I think maybe I just thought it was interesting and passed on it. So we have X Campus number 2, and X Campus number 1, X Campus number 3. So I just need number 4 of that, and I'll have all 4 of them. And then X Factor. Now, I do love the early X Factor, but I've heard a lot of good things about the later X Factor. So, we'll see. Here's one of the earlier X Factors. Even if Like, the one good thing about annuals is you could probably read them as a standalone. Plus, that's definitely worth $1. I mean, you get a lot of reading right there. And I know I probably have, I swear I have all the Wildcats, but according to my CLZ app, I don't. And I swear I never gave them away. So that's what makes me think I have to have another box around here somewhere that I did not get out and scan for the CLZ app, because I know I had this one in one form or another, but for a shiny cover like that, yeah, I'm not leaving that on the shelf. I love Wildcats. And I'm pretty sure I have this one somewhere. And probably this one. Now, toward the end, I did, like the first 24 issues I definitely had, and then it kind of fizzled from there. So that's the first half of that haul, I guess you would say, first 10 minutes. Just let me know which one's your favorite. And also, if you can, let me know what you would do. Would you rather get these bagged and board for $12 for $1, or not bagged and board for $25 for $1? Or not, I'm saying $1, sorry, I meant $10. So the bag and board alone kind of feels like it makes up for it. They're also in excellent condition. I don't know. And also, Myrtle Beach is much easier to get in and out of for me personally, except in the summer. I don't go anywhere near Myrtle Beach in the summer. But right now, before spring break, it's easy to get in and out of Myrtle Beach. Wilmington's a different story altogether. They're always busy. I hate that place. No offense to anybody who lives in Wilmington. It's just too crowded. I'm not from the city. I'm from out here. I mean, you can hear chainsaws cutting wood over there, and I don't know. It's getting smaller here. It's more people moving in, but thankfully I still don't have anybody on my road, except once in a while Wesley comes down, and Joanna's down there. She's home today. All right, good. I'm outside. All right, y'all have a fantastic day today.